Hi, I'm Mike Klemick, and today we're fixing a closet. Hey, if this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything. So check this out. Somebody overloaded this closet shelf and closet rod with too many clothes and too much weight. Half of it fell down. I don't think I've ever seen wood like that bend that far without breaking. You can see the brace above it where it fell down. So the first thing I'm going to do is unload the rest of these clothes so I can work on it. So I think my strategy here is to support the weight from the midpoint all the way down to the floor. And what I think I'll do is add a piece of wood to support this bottom shelf, add another piece of wood directly on top of it and to support the top shelf, and then replace these brackets here and kind of screw everything in together so that the weight is transferred all the way to the floor. So I think my first step is to remove all these broken fasteners along the top of this so I can set it back into place and secure it. By the end of this video, you're going to know a quick, down and dirty, easy way to repair this closet. And if you have any questions, just comment below and I'll get back to you on it. The next thing I'm going to do is remove this metal closet rod here and also the brackets that are holding it to the wall and to the underside of this shelf. This one's already broken, but this will reduce the weight on that shelf so I can straighten it up and put it back into place. These are screwed in underneath. Well, good, it didn't fall down. So this other side is really bent up. I'm just going to unscrew the bracket that's holding it. Next, I'm going to unscrew the bracket that held the closet rod to the wall and to the underside of the shelf. Now for the fun part. I'm going to try to push that wood shelf back into place and hopefully nothing will break. Okay. All right, well, it's sitting in place, but I've got no weight on it. And so I'm just going to secure that now with screws all around the perimeter, and then I'm going to put the brackets back in. I'm using a 2-inch deck screw, number 6 2-inch deck screw around the perimeter of this shelf. You can see here that there is probably a 3/8 inch gap here in the middle of this board. On either end, the corners are tight, so whoever cut this initially just didn't cut a very straight line. So let's see if we can get this in here. I'm going to hit this at an angle so it goes down into the wood support underneath it. Okay, so if we look at that now, that's one. It's right. I put it in the middle to hold it in place while I go and do the rest of the perimeter. I'm going to hit the ends now, but you can see underneath. I just wanted to get into this wood support. So I'm going to do the rest around the perimeter and then I'll be back. Okay, I've got the top screwed in. I've got 2 on each end, and then I spaced out the deck screws about every 16 to 18 inches as it went down the whole length of the top there. Now underneath, the screws are going into this little ledger board, and now I'm going to replace the old bent up brackets with these new ones. These are stronger, and as I'm setting them up there, they're going to fit great, but you can see that there's damage from where the old ones pulled out. So I'm going to move these over either to the left or the right and then screw them in. There's 2 mounting points in the back and then some holes in the top I can mount the shelf to. All right, time to put in the brackets. Like I said, I'm going to go a little bit to the left to give me some fresh wood, and I'll push up on it just a little bit. one more. Of course. It's a great noise, isn't it? Okay, this is not a closet remodel. This is a down and dirty, put it back to the way it was, except much stronger type of a repair. So I got cheap particle board. I've cut notches in there for the ledger board that's supporting the shelving and another one for the baseboard. So I'm going to put this in, make sure it's plumb, and screw it together. A little more. A screw into the top of this just to pin it in place. All right. And now to keep it in place, I'm going to put another screw in the back, but I'm also going to put just a piece of wood next to it, hold it in place, and then I'll be able to screw from the other side into this other ledger board. I know it's all plumb. All right, so I know that's all strong. Now I'm going to pin another one through this side into there. All right. Okay, so the next step is to do the exact same thing for the top section. I have cut out a spot here for the ledger board underneath the top shelf. And the most important thing here is to make sure that this piece sits directly on top of the bottom piece so that all the weight gets transferred with no problems. Okay, cool. I'm going to get another piece here, and I'm going to go up on top and put a couple of screws in the top. But meanwhile, I will put this board up just to hold it in place. I'm going to add another support bracket just for the heck of it, just to make this thing ironclad. All right, I'm going to have two long pieces of a closet rod. They're going to meet right here in the middle, and I'm going to screw from this bracket into the closet rods. Okay, I bought a set of heavy-duty closet rod holders. They're metal. Don't get the plastic ones. They're cheap and they suck and they don't hold any weight. Now look at the screws they give you to install these things. They're a 1/2 inch. These are little baby screws. We're not going to use these. We're going to use our regular deck screws. Now I've made a circle on the wall here where the closet rod is going to hit, so I know that exactly. I traced around it, and I'm just going to put this up there and secure it with some long deck screws. across, and that'll be nice. I'm just going to trim that closet rod, and then I'll do the other side. Okay, I've got the other closet rod trimmed up. Time to put it in and see how it goes. Should be pretty snug. And it is. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is screw these closet rods to the brackets with tiny screws just to hold them in place, but this is now very capable of supporting a lot of weight. So I'm calling this one done. Hey, if you like the video, please comment, like it, or subscribe, and we'll see you next time.